what was, oh, there it goes again. It's a spider. It's a spider, and he's carrying around a couple switchblades on him. Wouldn't that be crazy? That'd be wild, man, if he was just crawling along, and then you hear tat, 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 tat. And the next thing you know, he's slicing off a piece of a pumpkin or something like that, and he just carries that little piece off, and he's just like, that's what you hear. That'd be wild, man. Some daddy long legs out there with 2 automatic knives, just cutting off a vegetable. Woo! Man, that's crazy. That would be nuts. Just to look at that thing and you're like, and he's just like, oh, I'm going to carry this back to my little dome asylum right here. Man, it's nice to be with all of you today, and I'm sorry about last week. I'm sorry I couldn't make it, man. Had a family thing come up, but I hope everyone's doing well out there, and I hope you guys are getting ready to get some of those little chocolate morsels to cut, hope those things come into your life, Hope all of you are getting ready for that trick or treat, because Tuesday, man. Oh, Tuesday is one of those days that you can, Tuesday's one of those days that you could become whatever you want to. You could dress up and be whatever you want to be, because it's Halloween, And dude, we got the studio decked out today. We got it just because, man, because it's a special time. It's a special time of the year because it's Halloween. And really, man, yeah, and it is a special time of the year if you really, 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 really think about it. How often, do you get to do stuff like this? How often do you have the ability to dress up as anything you want to out of one day out of the year, 364 days out of the 65, but in this case, it's 64. Ain't nobody gonna say anything to you about it. Nothing. Damn, right now you could go plaster half your little brother's body in some grape jelly, do the lower half grape jelly, top half peanut butter. I sew a couple loaves of bread onto him, and send his little ass outside to go collect some of those goodies, man. Those goodies. Or maybe you want to, maybe you're a vampire. You want to be a vampire, and you got, you're a vampire with goggles. Because, you don't want to run up on someone and bite them in the neck and their DNA go all over the place, just splashing into your new $200 contacts. You don't want that going on, So now you're just looking, like a vampire that I don't know, that does construction, something like that. He's making birdhouses, making birdhouses out of people's femurs, or maybe making a bird cage out of a rib or something like that, But you're out there with a couple, with an impact driver or something like that, and you got blood dripping down your chin and everything. But no one's gonna say anything because you're that construction vamp, dude. That's what you are. And that's exciting to see as well, because, man, it's one day that you could do whatever. Man. Whew. Again, happy Halloween to everybody, and welcome to the beginning of the week. I should mention that to you, and like I say, every week, dude, or at least I try to, man, hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. Man, Halloween. So exciting. This time of the year is so fun, man. You remember growing up and everyone would come to school, with their Halloween costumes on? Everybody was, everybody wanted to show off what you were going to be that year. You know? And it was because you wanted to. You wanted to let everyone know who you were going to be, who you were going as. You know? And man, you'd wear that costume around for a whole week. A whole week. Before Halloween even got here, you'd just be walking around looking like a damn, you walk into school looking like a pirate, a pirate with one eye, and you're just carrying around that little plastic, that sword or whatever it is and that sort of thing. Or maybe you're a witch and you're just, you got that top, KKK hat thing going on or whatever, and you're just carrying around a broomstick, And now you got a pirate and a witch fighting over who is going to get the last piece of of a little goodie, that sort of thing. I remember this one kid growing up. His family didn't have a lot of money or anything, so he just came to school dressed up all black, right? And he duct taped a P on the front of his shirt, that sort of thing. And we were like, "Who are you? And like, what are you supposed to be?" And he's like, "Dude, I'm Pepper." And you're like the condiment? And he's like, "Yeah, like what you put on your mashed potatoes, some pepper." And we were like, "Well, damn, pepper? Well, where's salt at, huh?" And then you see his little sister, she's probably like 2 feet high or whatever. You'd see her coming running down the hall and all that stuff, and she's got an S on her. And so now you got salt and you got pep. But man, back in the day growing up, as a boy, I can only speak for myself, and a couple of others, but everyone wanted to be either He-Man or Hulk Hogan, and they'd sell those old plastic masks, with that rubber string on the back and everything, and they'd give you those two little nose holes, the size of like little pinpricks pretty much, to breathe out of, and they made that little slit, with your mouth right there, that little inch-long mouth slit, that sort of deal, and you could barely breathe in the damn thing. I mean, you're just in there, you're just about to hyperventilate because, it's just so hot in there. It's sticking to your face, and you're just like, and you got like sweat dripping down your face, and it's just, it's just collecting at the bottom of of your little chin piece right there. It kind of looks like a little baby bird bath down there, and you're just like, ugh, I can't take it off because it's so awesome, but I can't breathe. Like, I'm just breathing in my own breath. I'm breathing in my own CO2. Like, I'm gonna die right now. But you're like, but I can't take it off. It's so cool. Oh, and then you do, and when you do it, you try, because you're trying to get the oxygen back into your body and that sort of thing. But then, you try to take that thing off, and that band in the back, that rubber band or that rubber, like whatever it is, it was like a rubber string or something like that, to pull half your fucking hair out, and so now you got the mask like caught up in your hair, and you're like, I can breathe, but it hurts. God, please, someone help me. Somebody. And by the end, once Halloween was all over, everyone would go back to school the next day and all that stuff. And, because half of your nappy roots in the back they're all fucking just, chimed out like a damn, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre was just, doing your hair up and that sort of thing. And that's how everyone came back. Everyone came back with jacked up looking haircuts, man. But everyone understood. Everyone's like, "Oh, you had that you had that plastic mask, huh?" And it was like, "Yep. Yep." But no one made fun of each other, because then we'd be making fun of, we'd be making fun of ourselves pretty much, but man, and some of the costumes that you bought, once you crack those damn things open, you smell, some of it just smelled like straight up damn petroleum, and you're like, I don't know. You smell like you've been working at a gas pump all day long. And, if you were to light a cigarette up or whatever, you just fucking burst into flames all of a sudden, And I guess that's something that you would probably do if you wanted to, I don't know, if you wanted to maybe meet the devil early, I guess. Something like that. I don't know. Something. If you get what I'm saying, But damn, man, I love dressing up for Halloween. I mean it. Do you remember? You used to sit and, you'd sit there and you're in class and you're all decked out and it's Halloween day and everything. And you're just like looking at the time, and you're like, God, this day is taking forever. You look up the clock every 5 minutes. You're like, oh my God, only 3 minutes has gone by? Like this... Why? But then all of a sudden it's time. The hours grow, they burn past, and then the sun starts getting dark out, and now it's time to go trick-or-treating. Trick-or-treating. It's time. And you hear everybody, it's time. It's time. Let's do it. Let's go. And when that happened, you'd grab anything to put your candy in. Anything. You got, a plastic bag or maybe a pillowcase. My buddy Lewis at one point in time, he thought it was going to be a good idea. One year, he decided that he was going to grab one of those suitcases, that had the wheels on it. And he was going to wheel around, wheel that piece of luggage around, that sort of thing. And everyone's like, oh my God, Lewis, you are a damn genius. Why didn't we think of that? I mean it. We're all of us are going to be dragging this big ass satchel around, looking like we're carrying around body parts and that sort of deal, or maybe like, 16 pounds of, marijuana or something like that, but man, we were like, damn it. Why didn't we think of that either? But then, come to find out, at the start, it was all right. And then midway through, when he had to carry that damn thing up, like he's in, carry that thing up a couple steps, it backfired on him. Because, you know what it's like when you're trying to carry up a big heavy suit of luggage up, 16 steps. You're like, you're pulling it, but imagine being only damn 7 years old and you're trying to do that thing, and by the end of it, he wasn't even, you carry it up and then he just fucking drop kick that damn thing down the step, pop, 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 and then pick it up in the yard, And then when his body was really giving out on him, he'd leave it down in the yard. And then we'd go out there and then trick or treat. And he'd just do this little number. And they just put it in his little palms. And then he'd just take it back to the bag and do it that way. But man, fun stuff. Fun. So fun. But again, man, we got the studio decked out. It feels really, really, really spooky in here. You know? I'll tell you one thing, man. I'm about to take down these little Kit Kat bars right now. I'm about to take down one of these damn things. That's what I'm about to do. Because I'm a fan of these little Kit Kat bars. Damn, that's good. Man. God, isn't candy good. I'll tell you one thing, man. You can just bury me in a damn Kit Kat bar. I'm telling you, man. Make my coffin out of one of these things, huh? A giant Kit Kat bar, can you imagine that? Man, I've always loved these things. If that was one candy, I would always go for, man. It was a damn Kit Kat bar. You know? That sort of thing. If I knew that there was, at the word around the neighborhood, you know, when we went trick-or-treating, if I knew that there was Kit Kat bars or Baby Ruths, man, you know I'm catching and rolling up into their home like, I'll be first in line, man. Whew. And look, whew, man, that thing was good. Well, look, man, I know everyone has their own trick-or-treat story growing up and everything, but growing up, for me, man, my mom around this time, you know, I was probably like 7, 8, something like that. But I remember my mom owned this two-door 1988 Pontiac Fiero, you know, and it was red, and this thing was so compact and small, you know, that if mom was upset with you, you know, there was no way out. There was nowhere to go, you know. You were trapped. You were trapped on this, you know, in that bootleg prison on 4 wheels, man. You know, most families at that time, had a car with a back seat. So whenever someone got into trouble and everything, you know, they would at least have the opportunity to reach back, you know, to you know, at least they would have, the kid would have you know, an opportunity of not getting the backhand, you know, that sort of thing. He could duck away real quick. Mom would be like, ugh, and he'd be like, can't get me, you know. But in this damn little freaking, this car, man, you know, you only had like a foot of room. It only had, you know, you couldn't go anywhere. You know, so when mom got a hold of you, mom got a hold of you. And, damn, those Kit Kats were good. But yeah. So yeah, you only had like a foot, and, you know, it was going to happen regardless. She was going to get you if you started acting a fool and that sort of thing. But I remember every time, man, when she would push on the fucking gas pedal on this thing, you know, it sounded like a screaming chicken, I guess, you know. It was loud, dude. It was like, you know. So one year we took that thing out to go trick or treating. And again, I was like 7 or 8 or something like that. But we fit 5 people in that little car, man, and it only had 2 seats in it. You know, there was no back seat. And, you know, it was just a small area that you could possibly fit like a little, I don't know, maybe like a plant, you know, maybe just, you know, a couple hats back there or something like that. But this is when we lived in El Paso, you know. So when you got, you know, 5 people in a compact car like that, you kind of blended in, you know. If you know what I'm talking about, you blended in pretty good because everyone around there was, you know, either Hispanic or white. And I mean, you know, you'll pull into a damn an HEB, you know, parking lot, and that's a grocery around there and that sort of thing. And or maybe like a Sprouts farmers market. and you'll see a Nissan roll up and everything, Nissan Sentra, something like that. And you'll see that thing pull in, and you'll have a family of 12 lovely, Mexicanos, hop out of that thing, because they just all went to church that day, and their next stop was to go to the grocery store. But that's just something that you saw around there. That's just what it was. That's how it was, And damn, I remember that, and I loved it. I loved seeing that. Everyone coming together. And still to this day, you're like, damn, how'd you pack, 13 people in this little thing? How? That's amazing. Like some sort of magic, was the car like bigger before you got in it? And then, what? It's not like our car. Our car was just straight up small. That's all it was. But yeah, we piled into Mom's Fiero one year and everything. And we had her take us around a couple of neighborhoods, the neighborhoods that had, the families with the deep pockets, that could get the good candy, that sort of thing. Because where we lived, it was sketchy. It was trailer parks and I'd say that, I don't know. We lived in a place where they had licensed alcoholics. Let's say that. That's what was around us, man. These people were real pros when it came down to, putting back that bottle of Don Julio or Patron, or you know what I'm talking about, that real Mexican, mouthwash. And these people were hard up on that stuff, man. I'm sure like during dinner time, these people would probably, were probably squirting lime juice in their baby's eyes and rubbing them down with a salt lick or something like that. But, you'd come up to those people's doors and you'd knock on it and they'd be half in the bag and that sort of thing when they came to the door, and you'd be like, trick or treat, and they'd put, they'd grab anything that was close, man, like a half drink soda or something like that. Maybe sprinkle a couple sunflower seeds in your bag or something. And I remember one year, one of my buddies, this dude, he went up to one of the homes, one of the trailers down there, and he was like, knock, 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 happy Halloween, trick or treat. And this dude broke him off. This guy came to the door, and he broke him off a scoop of fucking macaroni salad. Just dipped that right into my buddy's bag. This kid named Frank. Well, we called him Frankie. And he looked at the guy like, what the fuck? You could have at least put it in a Ziploc bag, and then done it that way. But I think at that point in time, that dude was just losing his mind, because he would every so often, this trailer only had like a porch that was probably like 3 feet by 3 feet or whatever, something like that. But he'd come outside and yell random nonsense, that stuff that never made any sense at all. Like, my cat Disco was stuck in the snow. And we're like, what are you talking about, buddy? This is El Paso, Texas. What snow are you talking about? We're surrounded by sunshine, tumbleweeds, fucking concrete. We're surrounded by a damn desert, my man. I don't know what snow you're talking about, unless it's the snow that you've been putting up in your nose holes, that sort of thing. You're out of your mind, dude. Get back inside before someone calls the police on your ass. You know, you crazy old dinosaur. Fucking A, man. So after we like discovered, that we shouldn't do that, we used to go to we get mom to take us into some of the neighborhoods, that had those deep, the rich neighborhoods, that sort of thing. Because we all knew that's where the good candy was, and that's, stuff like these little Kit Kat bars or like a Reese's cup or something like that. And one by one, we'd be in that little small Fiero and everything, one by one. We'd be, we'd pull up in that damn shit hawk, because that's what my buddy, because it had like a little emblem on there that the Pontiac had a bird on there. So we used to call the Fiero that shit hawk, because it only had 2 doors too. So, but we'd roll up and then we'd kind of fall out on each other. Like a backyard wrestling match or whatever. But we'd all get up and we'd run as fast as we could. These people's doors and all that stuff. And on the way, we're like tripping each other and pulling on each other's damn costumes. And we're like, I'm first. No, I'm first. It's mine. Come on. That sort of thing. We'd be tripping each other and all that stuff. Just to get, because we figured, if we didn't get there first, then we wouldn't get the good candies. And in some cases, they had some questionable, they make these questionable candy, man. They just do. Candies that look like those colored discs, that they had, they had like white powder on, like somebody was doing a couple bumps of cocaine off them before they distribute them in the bag and that sort of deal. And you could never tell what the damn flavor was. You taste one that looked like yellow and you're thinking that you're going to taste some sort of yogurt or something like that. And you're like, dude, all I taste is, I just feel like I just licked the damn chalkboard right now. Like, what is this? Then you throw one into your damn mouth again, a little chocolate one, and you're like, this tastes like shit too. They had, another candy that I think of that everyone just hated, was candy corn. Those little pyramid shaped candies that look like Satan's damn butt bullets. Those things were always last to go. You try feeding one of those to your dog or maybe a house hamster or something like that, and you see what they're going to do. They'll probably do the same that all of us do. Just leave it. Or maybe bury it next to, that little bitch, that, in the backyard, that little candy corn that we tried to give to the dog last year or something like that. So now there's just a graveyard of candy corn out there. But, man, whoever's coming up with these candy corns, will you stop? Like, we don't need it anymore. No one likes them. Those and lemon heads. God, what the damn devil, dude? Get them out of here. Get them out of here. But damn, I wish I could go back. Because Halloween, I wish I could go back to it, just being a kid again. Because Halloween was so much fun, dude. I'm sure it probably is now for many people and that sort of thing. But I also think that, like nowadays, man, and maybe I'm thinking outside of the box, but we've become so, so many people are saying that you can't wear this, you can't wear that, like it's like we're so PC now, we're so PC and we're so woke that like certain costumes just won't fly now. And it's like, dude, who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? These kids are just going out and having a good time. You don't need to It's one night out of the year. If they want to dress up as, I mean, damn, I can't even think of anything right now, but if they want to dress up one time and go door to door and say hello to their neighbors, grab some goodies, then go for it. Can't there just be one day, one night, where there isn't any judgment about who looks like what? I mean, that's just damn ridiculous, man. It's Halloween. If you don't like it, then just, don't participate in it. You don't have to ruin it for everybody else. It's like watching the news, and maybe I'm getting off topic. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I'm still on topic. But it's like watching the news and you get upset about who said what, or if you, or who did this or that. Man, look, if you don't like it, then just shut the fucking TV off or turn the radio down or something like that. You don't have to run your mouth about shit that for one, you can't control, you can't, and two, you're just going to make people mad by doing that sort of thing. Like, sorry for getting a little blah, blah, blah. It's just shit like that makes me, it just gets to me, I guess. We're so PC now and we're so woke and, man. And I just wish I could go back, man. That's what I do. I really do. But man, Halloween. And what else happens along Halloween other than the candy, dude? Dressing up, candy. We also have to think that Halloween is also a time where, the dead comes alive again too. It's almost like the dead has another chance, to catch up with their loved ones that have been in the ground too. We sometimes forget that this is the Day of the Dead, and it's a day where maybe a spirit, like like someone's dead grandmother or someone's dead, grandfather gets to travel to and fro, for one evening, and then, you might pass by a house, you might see Grandpa Winston, who's who's been dead for like 20 years or something like that. And he's just out there playing cards with a couple of his old Vietnam buddies, And some of them, they're just in the front yard, just having a good time, taking maybe a couple shots and smoking some cigarettes and everything, And maybe if you look closely, you got a couple of them, their arms are falling off and everything, but they'll just, they'll pick that thing up and screw it back onto themselves, But they're just happy, man. They're just happy to spend time with the, with the ones that they haven't seen in so long. That they get one special night, and Halloween is that night, And that's beautiful to even think about that they get to do that, The whole rest of the year, they have to just lay in the ground like they do. But then this one evening, it's beautiful. I hope I'll be able to do that. I really do. Just happy to spend time with each other. And the thing is, and that's your grandfather, because when you walk by, you could probably smell that damn, that old sandalwood cologne he used to wear, that sort of thing. And that would be really, really cool too, man. That ever happened to you? You get a hint of something in the air, catch a big hefty whiff of something like pumpkin pie, or maybe some, smelling a beach, and that brings you back, it brings some feeling back inside you. It takes you back to the place where, the memories are just so real, that sort of thing. I remember, when I was 9 or so, 8 or 9, probably around the same time when Mom had that Fiero and everything. Um, I went over to a buddy's house and I had a crush on his sister. I mean, hardcore crush. And his mom would leave out little, um, um, I mean, I don't know. They were like red rose packets or something like that. I don't know. I mean, it was like a type of potpourri or whatever, but something that you'd see at maybe at your aunt's house. You see it on the table or maybe like on the back of the toilet or something like that. But man, I had a huge crush on this guy's sister. So what I did was I scooped up a little morsel of that and everything. And I stuck it in my back pocket. And I'm thinking, man, I just want her to catch a little whiff of this thing, and and maybe that will maybe the scent would waffle over to her, and hopefully she'd notice me a little bit more. Like, ooh, Zach, like, what's that smell that you got going on? It smells good. What are you wearing? But unfortunately, it never happened. So, and I always went home with a damn with a cluster of those fucking dry dead fucking plants, in my or whatever they were, and it was stuck to the inside of my jeans and everything. But now whenever I go over to someone's house and I get that little, it brings me back to me being in that one time of my age. But man, strange times growing up, when you don't have, man, when you don't know a lot about girls or what they want, and your hormones are going about 200 miles an hour, and they just, you're just on this testosterone roller coaster of a ride, and you're just, your mind's, it makes you do all sorts of crazy shit, But man, I wish I could go back to those times. I miss those times. I do. When you're young and you didn't know what was going to happen next. You could wake up one morning and just, shit, I don't even know, man. I don't know. It was just, I'm blessed to have those memories, I guess. So, but damn, what else is going on this week other than Halloween, huh? I might grab another little Kit Kat. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, time change is happening. Time change. God. I'm telling you, this is gonna be my last one. Got to. But yep, time change is happening. So you know what that means, man. God's universal flashlight's running low. The sun. It's running low. God's up there trying to shake that fucking thing around. Trying to jump start it again. Just so it'll work for a little while longer. Until the batteries start going low again. The same thing happens. And the thing is, he'll unscrew it and he'll take the batteries out like everyone does and switch them around and do that little trick. But the light just continues to get low. Get low, get low, get low. Because he's been using that sucker for like 6 months and it's been on heavy, up on the highest setting possible, man. I mean, he's been doing all sorts of stuff with the sun. He's been using it at the beach. He's been using it to walk a dog. He's been using it to grow some vegetables, maybe some outdoor tobacco or something like that. That marijuana. Ooh. But this week, he's deciding, this upcoming week, he's deciding that it's time for that change, man. It's time to put that flashlight away at that sun. The sun's going to start, starting getting dark out at like 5:30, 6 o'clock, You know, you'll look outside. It feels like 8 o'clock, and you're looking at the clock, and you're like, damn, dude, it's only like, huh? Oh yeah, that's right. God's flashlight is running low. So, but man, so time change and what else is going on, man? Oh, I found out this morning. I mean, I don't know this dude, of course, but dude, Matthew Perry died. The guy from Friends. He's dead. R.I.P. R.I.P. Perry. Said that he died in a hot tub. Dude, he was only 54 years old. And it kind of makes me wonder, man, there has to be something else. You know, I mean, that shit happened to Whitney. You know, but Whitney was, I don't know if Perry was back on his drug, you know, his drug horse or whatever, but, you know, galloping that dusty ride, man, you know. I mean, Whitney was galloping she was snorting rails and then hopping into that hot water, and that's what got her. So, but I guess we'll find out more about that later. Sad news. I hate to bring up sad news, but it happened. So, the World Series is going on. Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Texas Rangers. So, the series is tied 1-1, and it's pretty crazy because neither of these teams, they weren't picked to be here. Like, neither of them, especially the Diamondbacks. Like, it was crazy. They had a stat, like, it was like 1 to 158 or something like that. I don't even know, man. Like, but I mean, apparently they were like dead last. Like they shouldn't be there at all, but they're there. So congratulations to them, man. Congratulations to both teams. Of course, I got a pull for the Rangers because they're an AL team, and since I'm a White Sox fan, I always got a pull for the AL. But yeah, man, that's about it, man. Halloween. You know, it's this time of the year. You know. Ooh. Man. So fun. So fun. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get out of here. And I guess start cleaning up this place a little bit, that sort of deal. But I hope everyone enjoys the Day of the Dead, you know, and let the dead enjoy their day. Let everyone enjoy their day. Quit being so PC and woke out there, man. Come on, you know. Let's all enjoy this day. We all deserve it. You know, we all should look forward to something that, you know, that we're able to do. It's only once a year. So, but yeah, fun stuff, man. Fun stuff. All right, everyone. Stay safe out there. Happy trick or treating, and happy Halloween to everyone. I hope it is what you are thinking it's going to be, and I wish you all the best out there. So everyone take care of each other, and don't forget, man, stay true to yourselves, and we'll see you next week at the beginning of November. All right. Again, don't let that time change fool you, because it'll get you. It'll sneak up on you like that vampire with those damn goggles. That sort of thing. All right, everyone. Be